Many people have started perfecting their own agent skills and open sourcing them for the community. While most of their skills are genuinely useful, some of them are just weird, but despite being weird, they are useful in ways you wouldn't expect. One of them solved the biggest problem we faced while handling multiple sessions, and it did it in a way that was fun but actually worked. Another one fixed the token bloat problem, and it did it in a way we didn't see coming. We kept finding more like these, ones that genuinely helped even though they sounded ridiculous at first. And all of them ended up in our workflow in ways that made everything more interesting than before. Now, if you're someone like us who uses multiple Claude sessions at the same time and lets them run simultaneously on different tasks, you must have had to manually keep track of which session has completed its work and which has not. There are also cases where you think Claude has spent enough time only for you to open that session and see it blocked on a permission prompt. For this, you need Peon Ping, which is a skill that notifies whenever Claude has completed a task or needs a permission prompt so that we can give attention to the session. But it does not use standard notifications. It actually uses voices from popular games with multiple modes and different game characters. You can set this up for any coding agent that you use. You can install this plugin using the installation command according to the operating system you're on and run it. After the setup, you can use the / command to pick your favorite voice from multiple voice packs. Now, whenever you give Claude a task and get busy with some other task, when Claude finishes, you will get a notification with a game character's voice in the background. It uses expressions from the game to indicate the task is done, and all vary depending on the task. When you start a new session, you also get a voice notification indicating Claude is ready to work. This way, you don't have to manually check everything and instead get engaging notifications to do the same. We share all the tools and workflows we find on building products with AI on this channel. So if you want more videos on that, subscribe and keep an eye out for future videos. We always talk about using adversarial review mode because it critically evaluates across so many different aspects, and that's what makes it so effective. So there is a skill in this pack called Dogfood. What this skill does is explore a web app and identify bugs and UX issues using an adversarial review style. It uses the agent browser, which is a CLI tool that allows agents to interact with pages by sending keys and referencing elements properly. We have covered this already in our previous video where we talk about how to set it up and use it. So it is important to ensure that the agent browser is installed when you install this skill. You can provide a link to the website you want it to test or simply tell it to test the app. You can also provide a hosted URL or a local host link. Once you do that, it first initializes a report and then uses the agent browser to go through the pages of your application one by one. After completing an in-depth review of the application, it reports all issues it finds. This includes steps to reproduce each bug, screenshots, and a full breakdown of critical, medium, and low priority issues. It even records a video showing the entire walkthrough, making it a highly detailed review. Now, if you are someone who's annoyed when Claude gives unnecessarily long explanations with answers filled with excited words that are of no help, especially getting too annoying when it's not doing the task at hand correctly, Caveman is a plugin that solves exactly that by making Claude talk like a caveman, cutting down 75% of tokens from its response, all while maintaining technical accuracy. And the idea behind it is that the way cavemen use fewer words to convey the whole point they want to convey, the same way Caveman's skill works. It makes Claude give a reply using fewer tokens by using direct words and cutting down articles and adding to the point words. Especially this will cut down those filler words that Claude tends to inject that are not even relevant because we are just concerned with getting the work done. There are different modes in this plugin, the highest one of which is the Wenyan mode. This uses the Chinese language instead of English because Chinese words represent a whole sentence in much fewer tokens, while English takes a lot more tokens to say the exact same thing. But before switching to Chinese, keep this in mind that the accuracy of models on languages other than English is generally lower, so it's better to stick with the English caveman language than Wenyan. And with this plugin, the main benefit you get is that you receive responses that are easier to read while maintaining accuracy, because this way only the fluff is removed and Claude still gets the whole point across. It's available for all major agents, but for Claude Code, you first need to install the plugin marketplace command and run it. Once this plugin marketplace is installed, you can run the plugin command, search for Caveman, and install it in whichever scope you want. After installing, you can access the plugin once you reload the plugins. You can set the intensity level by using the Caveman command and specifying the intensity level you want. From that moment onwards, all the explanations will be cut straight to the point. So if you ask it to explain any particular part of the app, it will explain every aspect of the app using fewer words that are easier to understand and consume, often using arrows to explain the whole flow in a much more compact way than it would without this plugin. Now, if you track your projects using Git and use it as a knowledge base for tracking what has has been done in your project, you can use this skill called Git Time Travel. It basically gives your agent expertise in navigating Git history and enables it to understand the entire history like a time travel log. When you install the skill.md file is installed along with additional references containing patterns and validations. These check for different types of issues like force pushing to main or rebasing without proper backup, which can lead to problems later on. You can use this skill to analyze any issue that comes up in your Git logs. Once you provide a prompt, it follows the instructions from the skill file. After going through the entire history like time travel, it gives a detailed report. It points out everything that went wrong and provides recommendations and areas that need attention. But before we move forwards, let's have a word by our sponsor, FreeBuff. You're in the middle of a build and your coding agent is lagging, burning through credits, and asking permission for every command. FreeBuff skips all of that. FreeBuff is the free coding agent up to 10 times faster than Claude Code. Use any terminal except the Apple native terminal, run this command, and you're all set. No subscription, no config, it's funded by simple text ads, so it costs you nothing. Say you're deep in a project and need to test something in the browser, review your code, or search through your codebase. FreeBuff's got 9 sub-agents that kick in and handle all of that at 300 tokens per second. You finish a task and don't know what to tackle next. It drops 3 follow-up prompts you can just click to keep going. You can also connect your ChatGPT subscription that unlocks GPT 5.4 for plan and review. Your codebase isn't stored and nothing trains on your data. Try FreeBuff for free today. Links in the pinned comment. Now, if you are working on an app and want to have issues identified before the app goes into production, you can use the Pre-mortem skill from this skill pack. What this does is look at the codebase, identify all the fragile areas, and predict possible issues that could occur with the current implementation. It analyzes the code from different angles and then writes proper, realistic reports for bugs that haven't even occurred yet, but have a possibility of happening in the future when the app goes live in production. When you install the skill, you get a skill.md file that details everything needed to identify issues in the app. This includes the full workflow, how it should handle different aspects, and what patterns need to be checked for reporting. And this catalog is quite extensive. The report also follows a proper format that defines how everything should be documented. You can use this skill in any project where it's installed. Just run the pre-mortem command and it will start analyzing the codebase and generate a thorough report once the analysis is complete. It may also ask which aspects you want to focus on. The final report will contain all the bugs present in the current codebase, along with issues that might occur in the future, so you can take action on them in time. In the same resource skill pack, there is another skill called Mutation Testing. It analyzes your entire test suite and evaluates it by introducing different types of bugs and mutations one at a time. It checks whether the test cases are strong enough to catch them. It makes mutations in the code and then reverts them, analyzes the gaps, and generates a report with recommended changes. Once you run the skill, it starts by analyzing the project structure, finding the test files, and then testing all of them one by one. Since it uses Git to revert the mutations, it ensures that all changes are committed beforehand. It applies changes to different components and checks whether the tests correctly detect those changes, verifying whether all test files are properly written or not. Once it has gone through all the checks, it generates a complete report with a mutation score. It lists uncaught issues and recommends improvements needed to make the test suite more complete and reliable. Now there is another skill that goes by the name of the Fool. This skill critically analyzes and stress tests an idea, plan, decision, or proposal. It uses multiple modes and stories to help you understand whether the direction you're taking is actually right and will sustain in the long term. It has multiple modes that you can choose from. Once you install this skill, it brings all the skill.md files and references for different modes into your project. You can use the command and provide whatever you want it to challenge. It first asks how you want the idea to be challenged, and you can choose any option. Based on your selection, it loads the relevant references from the skill so it can reason accordingly. At the end of its process, it generates a detailed report containing multiple failure modes. It explains why things might fail and what consequences could result from those failure chains. It then lists all the findings in a structured sequence. You can push back on its analysis and iterate with it, refining your ideas along the way. Also, if you are enjoying our content, consider pressing the hype button because it helps us create more content like this and reach out to more people. Now, if you've tried to do research on Reddit via Claude Code, you might have noticed that Reddit blocks bots like Claude Code, making it difficult to access content. And Reddit is one of the most important sources for user input because a lot of people go there to share reviews and discuss different issues. So input from Reddit is very critical if you're researching the market. For that purpose, there's a skill pack that includes a skill called Reddit Fetch. What this skill does is fetch content from Reddit using either the Gemini CLI or a curl fallback, so it can access Reddit more reliably. It works works by first trying to use the Gemini CLI via tmux. Tmux is a terminal multiplexer that allows you to spawn terminals within a session and handle multiple tasks in parallel. If that method fails, it falls back to using the curl JSON API. The skill provides detailed instructions on how to use both approaches properly. Once you install this skill, you can use it and specify the topic you want to research on Reddit. In the end, it provides a detailed report on what people on Reddit are actually saying about the topic or issue. And now, since you all know that agents tend to converge toward common patterns when building the UI, they often end up using the same purple and white theme. So there is this skill called Color Expert that acts as a guide and provides agents the understanding of color science. It covers different aspects like VCAG, palettes, and more. Now you might think is that there are already so many UI skills out there. How is this one any different? But this one is different because it contains multiple references with literally 100 plus markdown files that provide detailed guidance on what the right UI choices are and what are not. These references are collected through multiple grounded sources including Wikipedia, YouTube scripts, and more. So we tested it on our app, which was a landing page for our community. The agent first loaded the skill, understood the code base and the guide properly, and then started implementing the app following the patterns listed in the skill. When it did, you could see that the UI it generated was much more balanced, using white space and other elements properly. It used a color palette that was more interactive and engaging, and it captured attention toward what mattered. Overall, it was a much more improved website than it would have been without the skill, despite the simple prompt we gave. That brings us to the end of this video. If you'd like to support the channel and help us keep making videos like this, you can do so by using the super thanks button below. As always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.